Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you're returning. It's Fiery Moon and I'm here to do the General Collective weekly reading. It is September 8th as I'm recording this. We do still have Sun in Virgo, Moon in Pisces. We are, coming, well, even though the energy will still be around, we are coming out of, the full moon Pisces energy. But the effects of it will last for about 6 months until we have the new moon in Pisces, which will take place during Pisces season. I was guided to use my Dreams of Gaia tarot for this reading. I can't even remember the last time I used these cards. So like I always say, just take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that time as well as the energy is fluid. And the energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. But let's see what messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, understanding, as well as protection do we need as it pertains to the collective and the energy surrounding this week. I don't know if anybody else has been feeling this. For at least I can say like I've been feeling this way, like honestly, since like Jupiter moved into Cancer. Like just the energy of laughing, like you're laughing, like I don't like the way that I'm feeling it is just like having like that good, belly laugh. I have been, finding that myself, have been laughing a lot more. In a way like that has been almost like healing in a way. I like is the only way that I can put it. Spirit is funny. Like I love my guys because they say, yeah, we not laughing at you, we laughing with you. Because I feel like, like I don't know, certain things or even certain thoughts, even though, thoughts are things. I find myself, just having and, literally just busting out laughing. And, I was going to say something before, but, I was like, maybe this is just, something for me. But as I sat down to do this reading, that was the energy that automatically came up. So I don't know if, you, like I said, for me, I know I've been laughing a lot, like, but in a healing type of way. But even, just like, it's almost like the way that I'm feeling it, like sometimes you do have to laugh. Like I feel like I don't know how to say this because I know everyone is in, a different space, a different place, in their lives right now. I'm not someone who, watches the news. Like when I get on social media, it's for me. Like I don't scroll through other people's stuff. So I don't know. Like I just feel like I live my life, a little bit differently than the masses. So, I don't know what the temperature is, in the world right now. No, like, and in a certain way, like I don't care. Like I'm, living my life. And I don't like, I guess, feed into things that are going on that just don't concern me, not in a way that, I'm not affected by, certain things, but just in a way, like I don't, if it don't apply, I let it fly. Like that's as simple as I can put it. Like, but not in a way where like I don't, care about what may be going on in the world. It's just like that my reality is different and I'm not going to apologize for that. But it's almost like what I'm feeling is like, and what it makes me feel like saying is like, you got to find reasons to smile no matter what you're going through. You got to find reasons to laugh no matter what you're going through. Um, like, I don't know. I don't know why this is coming up the way that it is. Because, a lot of people, and I've said it in previous readings before, when a lot of people encounter me, they're always like, yo, Jazz, like, why are you so happy? Why are you, what you got, what you smiling about? Or, they make comments like that to me. And a part of me for a long time never really understood, like, why that was looked at as, like, something, like, as if I wasn't supposed to do that or be like that. And, like, life is hard. It's not to say that, I don't go through stuff. And technically, what I always say too is if I didn't go through anything, I wouldn't be sitting here being able to do these readings. So a lot of my life experience comes out in these readings because I've been there. I've done that. So I just give it, to you from my perspective. So, it always used to like really trip me out as to why people be like, yo, why are you always smiling? Why are you always laughing? Like, because like, I don't know, to me, life is not that deep. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it without, in a way, like trying to control how people are going to take it. People are going to take stuff however they're going to take it, but it's not, they're going to absorb the information from their perception, their perspective. So I have no control over that, nor would I want it. But it's just like I don't know. Like, I'm just not the type of person that allows certain things to get me down. Like, it's like I'm not consumed by just like the downs in life, or at least I don't let it consume me. Is like the only way that I can explain it. So again, this laughter energy is just like, for some of you, you could be in this, but for others of you, I feel like this is something that you may not have right now. And it's not, good or bad, positive or negative. It's just like, I don't know, it almost makes me feel like whoever this reading may resonate for, it's like they haven't laughed in a while. Like, and I in a way, I kind of hate that for people. Like, I don't know, like, but I guess, hopefully we'll see what this energy is. But it's like you have to be able to see, like, life is very humorous in my opinion. Like, and I know sometimes you guys hear me laughing in the readings, but it's almost like, how I don't, I mean, I know a lot of us have seen the movie The Hangover, but like when the cat, what's his name, the character that says, he's like it's funny, he was like, it's funny because it's true. Yes, that was one of the like, I don't know why that always sticks out, but when he was laughing and he was like, yeah, it's funny because it's true. Alan, played by Zach Galifianakis, or Nakis, however you say it. But yeah, like, it's almost like, in a way, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, in a way, I guess, like, and you can put whatever title you put on, whatever, God, spirit, whatever you decide to call it. The way that I see it, like when you really know, God or spirit, like it, he's a comedian, or it's a comedian. Like it's very funny. Like, so it's not that I'm laughing in these readings like because I want to, but it's almost like, damn, like truth is stranger than fiction sometimes, and you gotta laugh at that shit. Because deep down, like the reason why I laugh is because like spiritually, I my spirit is just like we knew that, but it's almost like even makes me feel like there's a certain level of acceptance and or that needs to be gained from experiencing the truth of something. Like you have to laugh. Like I don't know, but at least like that's how like I'm not weighed down by the misfortunes in life, or like I said, I just don't allow certain stuff to get to me because that's like wasted energy. And I'm not gonna just expend my energy like aimlessly either. But let's see, I don't know why that had to come out, but it came out. Because what I'm hearing right now is laugh more. Yeah, so whoever this reading may resonate for, you may feel like there's nothing to smile about. There's nothing to laugh about. And I know, and I'm not saying this in an insensitive way, like life is hard. Like life is hard for all of us. I am not exempt from going through the trials of life. And, I think a lot of people that, watch tarot or even like some readers, they put out content or readings to where they act like they're like not a part of this. Nah, I'm very a part of this. It's just I come from a different angle, and that's fine. And it's almost like people try to act like or want to present themselves as if they don't go through stuff. But like my laughter, my humor is not a mask, where even saying that makes me feel like some people may use that as a mask. So it's we're all on the spectrum. We all fall somewhere. So don't look at it as if like because it's making me think of a quote where it says like the people who are the funniest have they hide something very dark. And to an extent, that is true, but it's not true for everyone. It doesn't apply to everyone. Like, I don't, like, and I can say like my humor just comes from looking at things how they are, like, and not trying to see them as they are not. Like, I don't know. There's nothing like I don't cover up. And I'm a very like jokey person. Some people encounter me and be like, "Yo, you're really funny." But it's almost like because what the shit that I say or what comes out of my mouth is like, it can take people aback. And it's not that I'm trying to be funny. It's just like I said before, it's funny because it's true. Like, I don't know. But I do know that, some people use their humor as a mask. And, that's on them. But let me get a few more shuffles because it's been a while since I used this deck. And even just touching this deck, I feel like, yeah, see, I'm even getting that energy here with the Seven of Swords and the King of Wands. Like, tradition, even though the Seven of Swords doesn't have the same meaning as traditional tarot, it can be looked at as like, a mask. I should say masculine energy. So let me get one more. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be so long-winded, but I gotta get my stuff out, and I don't, like, I'm not in a rush, like, so, um, if the reading is too long for you, find another reader. Or if your attention span don't go that long, maybe I'm not the reader for you. Yeah, but the bottom of the deck, we have choice. Yeah, and that, like, what I'm hearing is you have to choose happiness. You have to choose it. So we have choice. Then we have the King of Wands. And then we have the Two of Cups. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. With the Three of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like there's just with what I'm feeling up underneath, there is an energy. There's a masculine and feminine energy here, with the King of Wands and this Nine of Pentacles. But it feels like this choice here, like I'm almost feeling like the Fool energy off of this card, pardon the glare, but the Fool energy, like someone is needing to make a choice. It could be this masculine energy, especially like with the Two of Cups here, which, you know, deals with, you know, connections. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be like either connecting with themselves or another person, no matter the caliber. But I feel like with this Nine of Pentacles and Three of Swords, like I almost feel like this Three of Swords is tied to this masculine energy. It's like the Three of Swords is an energy of, you know, separation. You know, it could be looked at as like past pain, past hurts. I feel like if this is just one person, their masculine and feminine energy, where they need to make the choice out of their masculine energy, it's almost like there's like, I feel like there's a choice needing for them to either heal their feminine energy, because I do feel like it's wounded, or and the Two of Cups is signifying how it needs to be brought into alignment, or if this is an actual feminine energy, it's almost as if, like, I feel the energy of like someone trying to fix it. You see how he's looking in that book? It's almost like they're trying to like look deeper possibly at a separation that could have occurred, trying to get, you know, information on even why this energy is like, I'm hearing why they hurt either themselves, like why they're hurting or why they hurt a feminine energy. And I almost feel like this Ace of Pentacles is like the, how can I say this? Like, you know how like sometimes when you get a cut and you put like ointment, that's what I feel this Ace of Pentacles is. Like this person is trying to figure out how to heal this, how to like fix this. And, you know, the Ace of Pentacles is an energy of a new opportunity. It could be looked at as like clean slate energy. But with the Scribe, which is like the Hermit, it almost makes me feel like there's something that Like this healing has to come from within. It like this Ace of Pentacles, like in a way I feel like you just can't put a band-aid on whatever this Three of Swords is, this wound, this separation, this pain, this hurt. It requires like a deeper, almost non-physical healing element. But well, let's see what comes out. Like this feels like very like how can I say, like it almost makes me feel like there's no quick fix for whatever that Three of Swords is. But what's the overall energy, Spirit? Can I get one for the overall energy? What's going on as it pertains to the collective and the energy for this week? And we have the Ace of Pentacles again. Earth energy. Wait 1 second. Which is, you know, normally looked at as like a new beginning. Ooh, this just gave me chills. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Ace of Swords. And I'm hearing the foundation of truth. So there's an opportunity here for, you know, a new beginning, whether this is for you or for someone else. But the foundation needs to be based on truth. As almost like if what is this, Spirit? Like because they're showing me like someone molding something. I can't see specifically what the, is it clay? Yeah, it's clay. So whatever this new, or this opportunity for a new beginning, both physically and almost logically, the foundation, like it just, like I just keep hearing the foundation built on truth. That is what is going to, they're saying ensure, almost ensure that it won't break, or it can't be broken. Now I'm feeling like the energy of a test, because, you know, with clay, after you know, mold it into whatever you mold it into, you have to put it into a kiln, which basically solidifies it. So it's almost like this foundation, like it makes it hard. So it has to go through the fire to be forged. Okay. I don't know if someone is like getting into or doing like, you know, I don't know what you would call that, like, because now they're showing me like welding, because that's what you do. Like that's like the same process as you would do with clay, but with metal, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, like the foundation has to be, molded. And then it's like they're almost showing me like once the clay go, I'm so sorry, y'all, but this is just how they're giving it to me. Once the clay goes through the fire and it's, forged, and it, is in the shape that it needs to be and it's solid, it's almost like this Ace of Swords is the energy of like a reinforcement. So whatever this foundation is, the truth reinforces it. What's at the bottom? Ooh, we have destiny, which is like the wheel of fortune. And then we have integrity, which is almost like the strength card to me. Yeah. And think of like integral structures. They're almost like a structure that has integrity is almost indestructible. If you put it together, the right way, or they're saying the way that it's supposed to be, it'll stand the test of a lifetime. But again, there's a choice with the Two of Wands. And then we actually have, I want to say this is actually the Fool card, the Hero. Let me just double check. Because what is that? No, it's the Eight of... That's Earth. But if I can still feel that Fool energy here. It's the Eight of Wands. Is it? No. What is this? No, hold on. I don't know why I said 8. Okay. The Hero. Yeah, it says guardian, protector, savior, activist, honorable, integral, selfless, and honest. A person of noble qualities. Ordinary people who do extraordinary acts. It says a person whose lies cannot be trusted. I don't know how, like, that almost sounds like if a lie can't be trusted, it's a lie. So it's not truth. So it's almost like whoever's in this energy, like they can't, how can I say that? Like they can't, they're like someone who is like unable to be fooled. Because it's almost like this, the way that reads a lie, a person whose lies cannot be trusted, meaning that they like, it's almost like whoever's in this energy, it feels like may have struggled, or not even struggled, they may have been someone who lied in the past, but now it's like their lies like can't affect someone, like they're unbelievable. Huh. Let me get one more. Can I get one more? But why would you even want someone to trust a lie is what it makes me want to say. So I like, lies aren't supposed to be trusted. Then we have the Two of Wands, which is just more of that, you know, that it's like crossroads choice energy. So yeah, it's almost like whoever is in this energy, you like, the choice would be to be truthful, be honest. We have the Hero at the bottom. Like, you know, honesty is the best policy. And then I'm being drawn to the Bear down here, which I always feel like Bear energy is like it's associated with Virgo, just because it is, you know, a earth and or, you know, land animal. Can I get one more? Yeah, and then we have the Ten of Swords. Right. So this is just basically reiterating like what I was already feeling. Like the Ten of Swords is that energy coming through to where like it's almost saying like the choice is like the choice that you need to make, or whoever's in this energy needs to make, is like it's almost like the Ten of Swords is coming in through. It's like it's obvious to just be truthful, to choose the truth, choose your truth. Because there's like it almost makes me feel like there's a underlying knowing that, you know, like why would you want to lie to somebody and want them to believe it? Like that, you know, that doesn't make any sense. And you know that, like, you know, you wouldn't know that because you know that you know, you're not being honest. So whether or not, you know, whoever you're lying to or wanting to believe your lies, you know, like at on any level, like that's wrong. Because would you want somebody to want you to believe a lie or what wasn't true? Like, come, like, that's like almost common sense. And then we have, yeah, the Child at the bottom, which speaks to like the Child in this deck is almost like an energy of, you know, newness, of purity, of being honest. There's an energy of, you know, innocence. And then look, it says, yeah, it's like an energy to like be playful, because it makes me want to say like little kids don't like, as little kids or even as a child, you don't grow up lying. Like little kids can be the most ruthless and brutally honest people, you know, in our world. And you know, I love that. But it, you know, just looking over the key phrases, it says a new beginning, see your potential, heal emotional and psychological wounds, time to play and laugh, delight in the moment, believe in magic, laughter heals. Oh, Spirit, I love this. I love this. Like, it's almost like someone needs to tap back into like their childlike natures. And something that I've always said is like there's a difference between being childlike and childish. And it is to even when you're grown, to remain childlike is like, it's very rare, because you know people allow life to like get them down and suck that out of them. Yeah. Then we have death and rebirth. And then we have perception. Oh man, thank you, Spirit. Exactly what I felt. Because little kids, you know, it's like as a child, you don't know what lying is. Lying is something that you have to experience, and then it's really something that you're taught. Or you know, like some children can observe this being done, and then they like take it on because to them they don't know how to look at it as like, oh, I'm trying to get over on somebody. But if you take that element away, a child will remain childlike. That's not to say like, as an adult, how can I say this? As an adult, there's like a tendency to allow life to, make us feel that we have to lie and manipulate and steal and, to get over, to get something. But you don't have to do that. That's being, especially if you're an adult and, you have this pattern or way of perceiving or being, that's childish because you know better. And it's ultimately with the Five of Pentacles, it's not worth it. It like leaves you worse off than where you started. Excuse me, the Five of Swords. It leaves you. No, this is the Five of Earth. Excuse me. I don't know why I felt the Five of Swords, but maybe because it has this devil on it with these cards, which the Five of Swords could be like mind games, manipulation. But being that this is the Five of Pentacles, it makes me feel like, yeah, it leaves you feeling like this is what you have to do to like survive. No, you don't. And there's a masculine energy who is in regret. We have the King of Wands again and the Five of Cups. Like, yeah, it's the way that they look at, value, their own value for one. Like they have to like almost manipulate importance when it comes to their own self-value. Like this is like someone who tries to like, or may try to like paint the picture that they are more than what they are. But the Five of Pentacles is here. But it's the way that you're seeing like what you feel you lack. But let's put some tarot on this and see. Where are we at? What's going on, Spirit? What messages do we need as it pertains to the collective and the energies surrounding this week? This is like, because what I'm hearing is robbed of innocence. So I don't know, maybe this person feels like they were, robbed of their innocence. They may have could have been. But it makes me feel like because they feel like they've been robbed of their innocence, it's like they almost want to take it from other people. So because they feel like, it's almost like it's giving me the energy of like feeling tainted or, is there another word? What's the word? I don't know, it's escaping me right now. But yeah, it feels like this, like because this person feels like they were either possibly robbed of their innocence or like they feel tainted. It's like they want to taint other people. And it's almost like it makes me want to say like that's no excuse. You can, reclaim your innocence. You don't have to allow like what has been done to you to affect you to the point where you want to affect someone else. And it clearly, like, the way I'm feeling with these cards is like whoever's in this energy, they know that, but it's almost like, I don't know if they told themselves a story, or they're perpetuating the story, like almost in a way and trying to like justify this. But it's very, again, like childish is the only word I could think of, like to feel that because maybe you didn't have, you know, the life or opportunities that someone else has, it doesn't mean that you deserved what you got, but also like this other person or people deserve to have theirs taken away. That's a very, very selfish mentality. But again, we're being back to what I said. It's all in how you choose to look at life. If you want to look at, your life almost like through the eyes of being a victim, that doesn't mean you go out and create other victims. Normally, a victim of a situation would advocate so that there is no more victims, not create more victims. I got one more. All right. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a card of, analyzing. It's looking at, or looking over what you've put into a situation versus what you got out of a situation. And what I'm hearing just right off the back, and the first card that came out is the choices. So for some of you, if you're in this energy with the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, in between there's a Two of Pentacles, which it really, everything boils down to the choices you make and like the reason behind those choices. So it almost makes me feel like with this Seven of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles, like whatever this person has been invested in, it's almost like they put a lot of time, energy, and effort into it, no matter what it was or what it is. But it's like they're like my mom used to say, six in one hand, half dozen in the other. It's not really like yielding them anything. It's actually, keeping them, I don't want to say keeping them from, but it's almost like with the Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, like keeping them in a lackluster energy emotionally. Like it's like someone is struggling with seeing, like, how they say seeing the glass, is the glass half empty or is it half full? And I almost feel like with the Hermit, that's what Spirit is showing them. Like, no, like the intention behind what you're doing is to, like it almost makes me feel like I said it before, like this person wants to be looked at as like more than what they are. But it's that them being in that energy is fleeting. It's fleeting. It's not, it almost makes me feel like they can't sustain this state. A true Nine of Cups, which is being happy and content within themselves, because the Five of Pentacles is a card of lack. If this wasn't together, then maybe I could say like, oh, this person is, their intention is to, truly be happy at a soul level, but this energy here doesn't conclude that. So like again, it's almost like this Knight of Wands is like spirit even telling them like, first of all, this energy you're in, or the energy that you're chasing, is fleeting, but it's also like it's not a quick fix either, because that's what I feel. And with them, like this person, it always feels like them looking for a quick fix. It's like spirit is stopping them. Like, no, you really need to look at this. Take a look at this. Take a look at the healing that, like, it's almost like I feel like someone, like, is having like a spiritual surgery where they're looking at like what is the root, what's on the inside of this. And like I said, it's that energy, especially with the Knight of Swords here, of trying to like defend it or justify it. But it's because they want like some type of control. Like they want to control with the devil and the Emperor. Like they want to control the narrative, whatever this is. Like they're attached to wanting to be this emperor. And it's almost like, again, here's the Five of Cups, like regretting. Like like a true emperor doesn't have to do all this. There's no, a true emperor is a leader. They have to be the example. But this person is like only concerned with being the leader. They don't want to be the example. So it's almost like they just want to bind people up in situations that leaves them feeling like this. But they, like, it's almost like there's instant regret behind it. But it's because there's a lack of satisfaction within the self. But it's almost like with the Eight of Pentacles, like they refuse or avoid doing the emotional work. And then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Empress. Yeah, it's almost like this is like an energy of someone who's like trying to teach others without like the experience. Like they haven't went through, like there's levels or steps that this person is missing, is what it feels like. They're not, like, the way that they are either comprehending or understanding something, it's like they don't have the experience to match it, is the best way that I can say it. It's almost like an energy of someone who tries to prevent something, but you can't prevent something that hasn't happened. Like you can't circumvent things from happening. Can I get one for this Ace of Pentacles? And look what comes out, the Ace of Wands. We got 3 aces out here. And it's almost like, oh, especially with the Tower at the bottom here, like someone realizing that, like realizing a foundation that's not built on truth. What did I say? It's going to crumble. You can, build a foundation on your, your passions, your desires. But if you're not being realistic about it, or realistic in your approach and in your building, it's going to fall. And that could have been what this person was, used to building their foundations on: excitement, there really was no support there. Can I get oh, can I get one for the Ace of Swords, please? Like building a foundation built on, thrills. For some of them, it's fire. So even like the energy of like their imagination, like, or even with the Ace of Wands, I'm getting like a false reality. Yeah, but they're learning now. As the Page of Wands, yeah, they're getting the message now. Like, hold on, let me try to, be a student first. Let me look at this through a fresh set of eyes. Through the eyes of a child. The Two of Wands. Yeah, the World. And I feel like the World here, yeah. This is a choice. Like, are you going to choose to keep going in the cycle of like, it almost makes me feel like with the World, like how society is run, are you going to close out that cycle so that you can begin anew, begin fresh, begin from a place of integrity, honor, truth? Yeah. For some of them, it's like it has to do with like their values, or the values of possibly family with the Ten of Pentacles. Are you gonna keep perpetuating I almost feel like saying the traditions of your family? Because it makes me feel like with the Page of Swords, there's a questioning on if those values are even, like, it's almost like, do they need to be changed? The Ten of Swords, please. Why is the Ten of Swords here? Yep. Here we have the Two of Wands. This is funny how these cards are coming out. The Two of Wands. Are you going to continue participating in it? Are you going to just like keep creating or become like, you know how they say like be in the world but not of it? And that's what, like, that's the choice I'm feeling like this person needs to make. And it's almost like with the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Strength card, this person is like feeling like they can't do it. Like, it's almost like they're afraid, like they lack the courage to be different. But why? Like, I don't know why, like, people feel that they have to do what everybody else does. That's not what we came here for. That's not the point. That's not the purpose. To just fall in line? Like, no. What? Just because that's the way that it's always done. Okay, if you feel like that's the way that it's always been done, that doesn't make it right. Give me one for this Ace of Wands. So many. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, Judgment. Yep. So that's just even more confirmation, like, this person waking up to what they were building their foundations on, which was this Ace of Wands. And they can see it very clearly with the Sun. They made a bad, judgment call and thinking like this was how it was supposed to be. or this was what they were supposed to do. But it's ultimately that it doesn't matter how things are should be or what they're supposed to be. The choice is always yours. And this we have the King of Swords. This masculine knows that. But it's almost like like they don't want to face, opposition. They don't want to like deal with what comes with, almost in a way like going against the grain, because that's what, like, for some of them, that's what they perceive, will happen. And if it does, so what? You're being true to yourself. You can't please everybody, and why would you want to? Why would you want to? Can I get one for the world? The world. Too many. Less cards, please. Can I get one for the world? It's like this person doesn't want to receive like backlash or deal with naysayers. Like, I don't know, who cares? Like, at the cost of you being happy? Come on. You being fulfilled and happy with yourself? It's like it's you or the world. It's your emotional, in a way, like well-being and fulfillment versus the world. Like, man, look at this. We have the Sun, the Justice, the Ten of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. This cycle needs to be closed out for this masculine, this Ten of Swords. But it's like they're still there. It's almost like this person is still like trying to see what they can get out of it. Nothing is going to come of it. Nothing is going to come out of it, because first of all, it's an illusion. So it's not true. It's not real. And you know that. You can see it with the Sun and Justice. You see it. So that's why, again, like, I felt like the Ten of Swords was here, because the choice is obvious. Follow the truth. Go in the direction of truth. Can I get one for this Two of Wands? Or did one come out? I don't know. The Two of Wands. I felt like that was just the bottom with the Nine of Cups. I could be wrong, though. The Two of Wands. Yeah. Justice and the Sun. You gotta choose to do what's right. And then that's how you, like, almost in a way naturally become, and are become like a true emperor. That's how you elevate. Because people are going to, people are going to have shit to say regardless. Is what it makes me feel like saying. People are going to have shit to say regardless. But at least you're being true to yourself. And that's what matters most. But to try to prevent this Knight of Swords, these people, like whether they're, your friends, your associates, or whatever, who gives a fuck? Like, I hate to sound like that, but really, like, then if what I'm doing, if me being myself bothers you that much, and you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to be, you know, someone that I connect with. If it bothers you that much, then maybe we don't need to be connected. That's as simple as it is. And trust me, like I said, I've been there. I've been there, and I'm not. And I tell people this all the time, and it's like they don't believe it until it happens. But I give fair warnings all the time, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. I am not willing to give up who I am just to remain connected to you in any way. I will leave. If it comes down to me having to compromise or, sacrifice any part of the totality of my being, I'll leave. I don't need, you, bye. And anybody that's encountered me, you can ask them. And the only thing they're going to say, yeah, she told me. Because I'm not one of those people. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not afraid of being by myself. Because I like me. I enjoy me. And that's not contingent upon me being around or having friends or family. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. But that's just my Aries coming out, because it's just like, no. I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to try to persuade you. I'm not going to try to fit myself inside this box that you have for me. That's not my box. And I don't care. It's not gonna make me feel like I'm missing out. It's not gonna make me feel like I'm undeserving. No. If I have to walk this path alone, I will walk this path alone, because at the end of the day, I'm not alone. I don't care what that looks like to the physical world. And I don't care what people have to say about it either. They can sit and make up shit all day. So what? The only thing that has ever come from it is people constantly wondering what I'm doing or how I'm getting along. And then almost to the point where they're like, how does she do it? This, like, the same way you could do it if you stop giving a fuck about what other people like. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't look at life that way. Because I don't care about what anybody has to say. From a friend to a family member, like I said, to lovers, to bosses. Like, I don't care. I will remove myself. Because I'm choosing me all the time. Point blank, period. And I don't care what you have to say about it. It's a no-brainer. The fuck? It's a no-brainer for me. Like, what's the guidance or advice, spirit? Pardon me, y'all. But my Aries, sometimes it comes out. My Aries moon does not. Nah, we don't take no shit over here. Let's see. That's too much energy, too much weight. No, I don't have time for that. So we have the Ten of Wands. Yes, that's creating. It's that, the Ten of Wands is looked at like an energy of a burden. That's not my bag to carry. Sorry, I am not a bag lady. But that's basically what this is. Like, you trying to carry the weight of the world to your detriment. Nah, hell no. It's time to lay in your that exact, like I said before, that's a no-brainer. All right, so that is the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Fire. The key words are doing, self-mastery, mastery, evolution, enlightenment, light work, light being, and discipline. The key phrases are, it says, mastery of both craft and self, take command of yourself in your life, take responsibility for your actions, do not be a slave to outside forces, order, structure, and simplicity, be disciplined and dedicated, stop making excuses and act. You can do anything you set your mind to and act upon. It says I'm not reading all this. This is a lot. I don't know. We'll see. It says the meaning. The Ten of Fire symbolizes mastery, not just of a skill or a craft, but of oneself. It means understanding the tools of your craft and wielding them with skill, precision, and craftsmanship. It is about knowing yourself and using that knowledge and understanding to bring you all that you need and desire with the same level of skill, precision, and craftsmanship. The master illustrated in the Ten of Fire knows how to wield his personal power. He moves with clear intentions and he acts with the same intent. He is aware of what motivates his behavior and action and exhibits complete self-command. He acts with deliberation and with complete awareness of the effect his actions will have upon himself and his environment. He is not only confident, he is capable also. He has evolved from a person who lacked awareness and perhaps even blamed others for the problems in his life because he was unable to see that every action gives rise to a consequence. He once stumbled about, his inexperience resulting in more mistakes than triumphs, but he continued and, in doing so, reached a crucial moment of enlightenment when he realized that in order to succeed, he had to take command of himself and his life. He had to take responsibility for every choice made, for every action, and for every emotion. From that moment on, he would shape his life. He would shape who he was. He would no longer be a slave to outside forces. He would become a master. Yo, this is so like, thank you, just thank you, Spirit, because that's like what can you say? Like, and a lot of people wonder like why I always like read, do the reading and then I'll read the card at the end, because it almost just like reiterates what I've already picked up in the reading, and I love that, like, because I know the way that people can look at tarot and not really have an understanding. And some people be like, oh, I don't read the book. I don't read these cards like before I do a reading anyway. If I get a new deck of cards, I just open up the deck, I shuffle it to, feel them out, and I learn as I go. Cause and I say this too, like with every reading, I learn something new. But there's a reason why I read these cards. And it's because no, I don't have always like the best way of encapsulating the information, but it helps me learning that, and seeing what I'm picking up in this energy, like at least it's confirmation for me that, I'm on point. And that keeps it's almost like the readings be a test for me. But anyway, it says, if the Ten of Fire appears in your reading, he indicates a time to step up and take charge of your life. It is time to dedicate yourself to the path of the master, not so you can have control over others, but so you can shape your life with skill and confidence. How does one become a master? It may require pushing one's mind and body to continue despite all impediments and perceived restrictions. It requires dedication and discipline and a willingness to set personal challenges and goals and stick to them. It also requires knowing when to stop and allow yourself time to absorb and recharge. The master recognizes that there is a time for growth and a time to be dormant and rest. Above all, to become a master, you must be willing to learn. On a metaphysical level, see a lesson in all experiences. And on a practical level, learn something that requires daily practice, and do not allow your first inevitable failures and mistakes inspire you to give up. Want to be a writer? Then the Ten of Fire suggests dedicating time to writing every day and learning how to write well. To be a musician, practice every day and take the time to learn correct technique and other fundamental elements. If you want to be thinner or stronger, move every day and embrace healthy eating habits. If you want to save money, learn how to be frugal and careful and live in a way that costs you less. Choose to be good at what you do, whatever it is that you do. Being a master is not about being the best or being number one. The Ten of Fire symbolizes giving your best and continuing to improve and grow, because giving your best each and every time you challenge and push yourself just that little bit further until what you do becomes second nature to you. Speak, Spirit, speak. In general, when the Ten of Fire is drawn, consider it a message to act and to not make excuses. To be a master, you have to be willing to work with your mind and hands with an almost religious observance. There is no other way. Finally, the Ten of Fire also symbolizes reaching that point where dedication and hard work have created ease and surety. That moment when you can look at the task before you and say with confidence that you understand what you have to do and you are capable of doing it well. It's a powerful moment. It takes the time to acknowledge and enjoy it, or take the time to acknowledge and enjoy it. Yes, that's what I'm feeling right now. Celebrate your achievements and accomplishments, no matter how big or small they are. Shine, rejoice. You have earned this moment in the spotlight. Delight in it and allow it to inspire you further, and allow it to inspire further fearless exploration, growth, and evolution. Oh man, I couldn't have put it together any better myself. I love that. I love that. Give me one for the Ten of Wands, this Ten of Fire. I don't know when that flipped over. The Ten of Fire. It was the Knight of Pentacles. And that just reiterates, like, yeah, slow and steady. You don't have to make a giant leap. So it makes me want to say, like, start small. Start slow. The Ten of Wands, please. So we have the Devil and the Ten of Wands, which is basically saying, yeah, like, let go and detach from those limiting beliefs, those feelings of restriction, limitations. For some of you, it could be addictions, that, because that's what's blocking you. You have to be willing to release it. You have to be willing to let it go. For some of you, it's people. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords, which is like, yeah, because it's creating like unnecessary stress, anxiety, worry, fear. It's like it's almost gonna, this is just like, it's gonna continue perpetuating until you decide to just drop it and let it go. What's this Devil energy? What's the Devil energy? Things that just are, ultimately not healthy for you. Yeah, whatever it is you're investing to, who you're giving to. For some of you, it's the need to take and not give. Yep. Because it makes you feel powerful as the Magician. It's like it's time to utilize this. It's like really like what I'm getting off of this Magician is transmutation. You don't have to take, because the Magician has all that he needs. You just have to learn how to make it work together for you. That's it. because it's almost like whoever's in this energy, it's they're wondering why. It's not even that they're wondering why. They know that they're taken from others, but then it's like, on the other hand, they're wondering why life is the way that it is, because you're not working with life. You're actually working against it. You're actually, in a way, like trapping yourself in this devil energy, and you don't have to be. So it's like you're creating more work than you need to create for yourself. You're doing too much with this Ten of Swords, but you're not even creating the space to work with someone, to be an experience reciprocity. You're just wanting, to do and get things all for yourself. It's again, it's a no-brainer. But I'm gonna leave it there. I definitely hope everyone enjoys their week. I hope the reading resonated for you, and if not, it just wasn't your story. Like I said, I thank you all for tuning in with me, and I just hope everyone enjoys their week. Be safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. All right, later.